So, hello and welcome back to some more Dang It Grandpa. Can we make it to the class trial? I am excited. I have been wanting to do this for the longest time. Yes, load. I wanna see why dude is dressed up like Megatron. Okay, forgot Naneko's name. You'll be put to death by GA and Yukiko's cooking. Oh no! Why are they bad at cooking? I mean, I can't really speak so much for myself. Where am I going? What am I doing? Yes, I definitely need to play some more Persona 4. What was I doing? Alright, so Yasuhiro was in a Robo Justice outfit. I'm suspecting a lot of people, but I'm starting to think Celeste. Alright, so we saw them at the pool. Everything was cool. And then they're cooking his dubious food from Breath of the Wild. Well, at least you're getting, half a heart. It tastes bad, but you're still getting like micro amounts of health from it. What was I doing? Running. Okay, that's cool. Oh no. You know what? How about I just return to the pool and be like, hey guys, sorry. I know we literally just spoke, but what the heck? Wait. Time is running out. I have to hurry to the repository. Okay. Rec room. Hell yeah. Yosuke does not receive half a heart. Well, maybe he has half a heart inside of his dubious food. Can't believe Hero killed 2 people. He did not. He absolutely did not. It wasn't him. Hello, Ray. Oh, and yes, and hello, Nova. Hello, everybody. And how are you doing this fine morning, evening, or night, depending on time zone? Welcome. I am a terrible streamer. I'm sorry. You're tired from school, and you're finishing some stuff? Hell yeah. Finish up and rest easy. He was totally in that suit. Oh, I agree. I 100% agree that he was in the suit. But he didn't kill anybody. That's not... I'm thinking they knocked him out. And then Celeste took that picture of Hifumi with a knocked out Yasuhiro on top of him. That's what I'm thinking. So, by that metric alone... Another thing, too, is that everyone died with, a smack to the head, but, Celeste was only banged up a little bit. I'm thinking Celeste. I'm truly thinking it's Celeste here. Hifumi and Taka. For a moment, Kyoko seemed to go rigid, but only for a moment.
So then.
Well, then, let's get started. She crouched down next to Taka and without hesitation began poking and prodding. Oh, that's right. Their necrophiliac tendencies are starting to...
I knew it.
The Monokuma file was right. Taka is a guy. Kyoko, we already knew that, girl. The Monokuma file was right. They were killed using similar weapons. Similar, but not the same. Her movements were so smooth. She was so calm. Seeing how comfortable she was actually made me feel a little more comfortable. Alrighty then. The biggest problem I have right now is how the killer was able to move Hifumi's massive corpse. He wasn't dead. He was still alive. Clearly, he was still alive. Stop slandering Kyoko. What do you mean? She's the one that's doing it, not me. That's her. She's slandering herself. But Hifumi tattled on him. We totes putting Hero in the chair. Nuh-uh. He didn't do it. He did. If someone's gonna be in mecha cosplay, no. No, I refuse. No, I refuse. It's not happening. From the nurse's office where he was discovered to here, the repository. All the way from the first floor to the third. And all without anyone noticing it. It's almost like he was still alive. And he just got up here himself and then collapsed and died from his injuries because he fooled me. She's being strictly professional. Aha. Yeah. Yeah, that's the word. If that's what makes you sleep at night, Nova, by all means. You know, I'm not gonna. I just can't see how that's possible. I can, Makoto. Oh my God! Further, Sisifumi died from a blow to the head, just like everybody else that died with a smack to the cranium. Except for Celeste, she was just banged up a bunch, and she recovered pretty quickly too. He was most likely killed using Justice Hammer 3, which you found in the nurse's office. But we've already done this. His glasses. All right, I don't need to check on the body.
So,
Does Kyoko get creeped out poking at dead bodies and stuff? I don't know. I think that's her cup of tea, you know? I don't want to judge. I mean, they're dead, so who cares? There are many aspects to the incident this time. Too many, to be honest. Considering that, it may be good to look back on everything that's oh, right. Sakura's just like, hey, I'm gonna.
So then.
Would you like my help? No. Thank you for the recap, but I actually don't need it this time.
I see.
Makoto, I found something. You did?
Hey.
You remember the wristwatch Taka always wore on his left hand? I never took account to that. However, now I am. Bro walks into a morgue and goes, "Oh my God, these guys are sickos. They are. Have you played that game? The mortuary's assistant. Just a bunch of weirdos, just poking and prodding at dead bodies. It's like they're already dead. There's not much you need to do. Just stick them in the oven, turn it on to 300, let them cook for like 30 minutes, and then it's done. You know." Not that hard. Ooh, ghosts and stuff. I should play that game, actually. Alright, little wristwatch. He did? Like, even I was like, huh?
Whew.
Are you so oblivious to the people around you? Did you dislike other people that much? Well, hey. I'm not gonna go around just constantly checking wrists. You know? No, that's not it. Anyway, so you said he had a watch?
So then.
Take a look. It's broken. You can see the hands aren't moving, right? It most likely broke when he had his encounter with his assailant. No, or he was playing around with the because he was found in the science room. So like maybe he really thought it was a time machine. Tried to make the air purifier work as time machine stuff. He just got mad, and then he broke his watch because he's like, damn it, it's not working the way I want it to. Maybe. I don't know. And if you notice, the hands are frozen at just past 6 o'clock. So that would mean the watch was broken sometime just after 6?
That's right.
But last night, Taka's watch definitely wasn't broken. Where is it? I'm looking at his wrists. I do not see it. The bodies are fresh from this morning. I don't know I'd call that gross yet. Rigor mortis probably hasn't even set in. Disturbing, definitely, but not gross. Oh. I mean, it's a dead body, whether it's been sitting there for 10 minutes or sitting there for a couple seconds. I mean, like, it's dead. Bacteria's already doing its thing, It's like bacteria's like, oh, thank God. This pesky immune system is finally gone. We can buffet. Let's go, my dudes. And then they all just start, doing their thing, eating at the flesh, and then their excrement that they poop out is what gives the dead body its smell. Fun stuff. Fun stuff. It's nature. At the end of the day, it's just nature. You know what? You're right. It's not gross. It's just nature. Taka's irritated voice pierced the air as he started. as he stared pointedly at his wristwatch. I never took notice of that he was talking about the time.
In other words,
Get the bacteria toilet, problem solved. Oh, that would be amazing. Like, just like a couple billion little tiny microscopic toilets, and you just sprinkle them all over like dead corpses. And then the smell just goes away because the bacteria goes like, oh, thank you, civilized plumbing. So if it worked at 10 last night, it could have been broken at 6 p.m., meaning it must have happened at 6 this morning. Nice! Broken wristwatch has been added to the truth bullet section of your head.
however,
And that's not all. Look at Taka's left hand. It appears to be gripping something. You're right. There's something white in there.
Makoto,
Can you try to pry it out? Me?
because
You're the one that's into corpses. Rigor mortis has already set in. Boys are better suited for this kind of manual labor, right? Girl, you could probably kick my ass in an instant. Okay. As much as I didn't want to, I grasped Taka's cold hand, and he came alive! The ice-cold hand was nearly enough to cause my heart to stop beating. After some effort, I was finally able to free the object from the tightly clenched fist. A piece of paper?
hey,
Was that all he had in his hand? Yeah, that's it. Just a little scrap of paper. Doesn't seem like much of a clue, does it?
is that right?
I wonder about that. Kyoko then turned to Hifumi's body.
So then,
Let's check Hifumi's body now. Perhaps he's left us a few clues of his own. Taka's scrap of paper has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. I'm thinking it is the corner of a photograph. Look at it, photograph. Or it's one slightly bigger mini toilet, and they all use it at once. They clump together so much you can actually see them as they poop together as buddies. That sounds horrific. I mean, I wonder what that would look like, actually, the more I think about it. I mean, I guess a mass of bacteria is just like mold, I guess. I know mold is its own thing, but I mean, like, just visually speaking, it would look kind of similar, would it not? Oh my god, I already know! His glasses and stuff! I've been through this, Makoto! But now they're spotless. Does that mean he wiped his glasses clean? Who would do that? He was still alive! I clicked the body, Kyoko! So, did you find
Indeed.
anything? I did. More than I expected, to be honest. Look at this. A wad of paper.
that's right.
Hifumi had it hidden on him. Hidden?
Indeed.
He stuffed it in his pants. Hifumi? Never mind. So I can only assume he hidden it on purpose, you see. In his pants? You see, I mean, just a professional my ass. You know, I'm glad we have a necrophiliac on the team. Otherwise, you know, none of these corpses would be searched properly. So it's good that she's here. The bad part about fresh corpses is that they have poo-poo inside them. Indeed. And sometimes they void their bowels, so you're not protected by the poop still being inside their digestive system. Oh boy, oh boy, oh joy.
Why is that?
It was just his pants, not like his socks or something. I don't know what that means.
Hey,
Anyway, let's take a look at the paper. Go ahead, Makoto, open it up. But I think of how it was stuffed down his pants. It's like, it better be important, Hifumi, or I'll never forgive you for this. It's like we should be wearing gloves or something. Oh my god. Okay, so it's not part of a photograph. See how it's... Ah! Ooh, well, would you look at that? Look at the writing on this paper, you know? For instance, Yasuhiro's beautiful penmanship, versus the very crap penmanship of the Robo Justice blueprints. And then back to also neat, but not as neat, you know? A note? I found a hole. Maybe we can use it to escape. Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone else for now. Let's meet in the equipment room at 6 a.m. Yeah, all right.
So...
That sounds very familiar. That's it. It's the same thing Hiro said. Then he was telling the truth.
However...
Although it's not exactly the same, is it?
Someone slipped a weird note under my door. Here's what it said. I found a hole maybe we can use to escape. Monokuma find out, so don't tell anyone else for now. Let's meet in the rec room.
Ah, the rec room. Okay, so Taka was told to go to the equipment room. That's where he was killed. That's fine. Yasuhiro was told to go to the rec room. That's where he was drugged. So Celeste killed Taka in the equipment room, while Hifumi was drugging Hiro in the rec room. Yeah. Yeah. The time is different. Hiro said that his note said to meet him at 1 a.m. But the note they wrote to Hifumi asked him to meet at 6 a.m. Oh, wait, this note is for Hifumi. This isn't Taka's note. But then why would Taka rip at Hifumi's note? Why would Taka rip at Hifumi's note? Like Taka was like gonna... Huh. I'm actually confused here. So like... That would mean that Taka and Hifumi would be the one interacting, not Celeste. So then why was Celeste in the rec room? Unless Hifumi killed Taka. Which is still very much a possibility considering the like love triangle with the laptop. I still think Kyoko just hid the laptop and went, tee, it was taken, oh no. And then that was kind of just it. Not knowing this shit would, you know, fall. All right, you can get executed in a life or death situation because you don't want to fish out the crucial evidence of the victim's belly button. I get it. It is. I totally understand that. Yeah, you gotta get in there and get all the facts before that. I understand that, but I mean, like, oh well, Kyoko is wearing gloves. See, she's already prepared. Makoto, on the other hand, he's just touching everything.
Is that right?
Hold on, just because Hifumi had the note doesn't mean it was meant for him. Okay, so it was Taka's note. Huh?
So...
Part of it had been torn off, right? I think there's likely some meaning there. Some meaning to the part of it being ripped? Okay, so it was Taka. And then it got torn. Then why would Hifumi have the majority? Could you maybe explain it a little more? Think carefully.
Hey.
Why would he have been clutching that scrap of paper so tightly? I have no idea.
So then...
What if he wasn't... what if it wasn't just a scrap of paper when he was holding it, but it was something more... Okay, I already deduced the fact that they're one and the same. And how would something important like that become a mere scrap of paper? That's what you need to answer. Oh my god, it's clearly... It just match them up. It's not that hard.
Hey.
While we're at it, I should tell you one other thing. The two victims this time definitely had their e-handbooks on them. So the handbooks have nothing to do with how the murders were carried out. Not that there were any reason to think they were connected to the killings in the first place. So you're saying she's saying I don't have to think about the handbooks this time, right?
Is that right?
Whew, excuse me. If you didn't have to think about them at all, I wouldn't have gone out of my way to mention it. All I said was they weren't used to help carry out the murders. There may come a point, however, where a handbook may play a role. God damn it. A handbook may play a role. I don't think I understand. But if Kyoko thinks it's important, I better keep it in mind. E-handbook has been added to the tool bonus of your secondary handbook. Okay. All right, guys. We're going to die. I'm thinking Celeste, but like how? So I have all the clues
Are
then.
you excited? Are you pumped? It's time for the class trial to begin!
Okay.
Like the bright burst of fireworks, like the flash of a soul clashing with life and death. And so, with no further ado, everyone please meet at the usual spot. Make your way to the red door on the first floor of the school. See you soon!
Oh
It would
boy.
seem.
Oh boy. It's unfortunate, but I suppose this is where our investigation comes to an end. You have to figure out the rest for yourself and come to the proper conclusion. Yeah, you're right.
Shall we go?
Well, we better get going. Okay. Oh, boys. This is also probably the first class trial I'm going to have without, like, tutorials to save my ass. I'm in it to win it. There's so few of us in here. God damn. I'm going to put a pizza pocket in the oven. Don't blink while I'm gone. Oh, no. All right. Everyone had heard Monokuma's proclamation. We were gathered by the red door. As soon as we were all there...
Monokuma appears!
This is getting out of hand. There's two of them. He's multiplied.
Wrong.
Nope, not multiplication. It just looks that way because of an illusion. I'm moving so fast, it only looks like I've multiplied. Can you guys tell which one is the real Monokuma?
Whew.
Can we just get on the elevator already?
Boy, tough crowd.
That's more of a perfect line than what's written here.
Stop talking.
We're not here to play with you.
Okay. Hey!
Then, if everyone's here and ready to go, please board the pain train or elevator. I'll see you guys down there.
Let's go.
Okay then, shall we?
Please!
Hold on, I'm not mentally prepared yet.
What the heck?
You'll never be mentally prepared. You can't run away anymore, hero. You're gonna pay for your sins.
What the heck?
I already told you I didn't do it. For serious.
Hmm.
That reminds me. Do you ever find the other costume or the note? Well, no, but... How unfortunate. Then it would seem we have our culprit. I'm starting to think it's Celeste. It'd be Celeste here. It's not. I mean, look at him. It's not him.
Hey,
Or he is one hell of a good actor. But even like evidence kind of shows it ain't him. This isn't a place to talk about it. Save your accusations for when we get to the courtroom.
That's right.
She's right. Oh, excuse me. Let's get down there first. Then the story can really begin. Yeah, good idea. That's right. I have to do it. I can't let whoever killed Hifumi and Taka get away with it. For everyone who's still alive, and for the two that lost their lives. They did! The one who killed Hifumi and Taka. The one who killed two of our friends. The killer is... Celeste! No bothering talking to anybody, because usually it's just like, oh man, you can't believe it was class trial time. Whoa. You know, so let's just get in there. Let's just do it. Can't believe Hero was capable of such an unspeakable act. It wasn't him. Look, you're like #1 Hero fan. You're Hero's hero. So like, where's this coming from? That right there is telling me he didn't do it. The doors closed on their own, and the steel box began to move. I wonder, do we all stand in the exact same spot every time this cutscene plays? And then it's just like, oh, one less character model. I mean, probably. I'm not sure how long it was before the elevator finally came to a stop. The elevator doors slid open, opening up into a cruel fate. It's blue! Why is it blue? When I see you all gathered together like this, I realize just how few of you there are left. Your school life is slowly reaching its climax.
Just the worst.
Only because of you.
Why? Why are you making us do such cruel things to each other?
What?
What? Do you really hate me so much? But I'm so cute.
Come on.
Stop goofing around and begin the trial. Don't rush me. Of course I'm going to start it. I would never be like, stay tuned for the action-packed class trial after this commercial break.
Yahoo!
I'd never hold you out like that. Okay, let's begin. Get to your assigned seats. How awesome would it be? Or how awesome would if his stupid actually was an act, though? It would be awesome if his stupid actually was an act. And so, the curtain opened once again. A deadly judgment, a deadly deception, a deadly betrayal, a deadly riddle. Everything is deadly. Do you want to save the game? Absolutely, because I'm probably going to lose this one. All right, so what do we got for our truth gun here? The victims were blue tarp, respiratory dolly, Fulby's glasses, spotless hammer. So, like, I'm thinking that the justice hammers. Okay, yeah, look at this. So that's Hifumi's writing. So we got 3 different penmanships here. It's Hifumi and Celeste in some way, trying to put blame on. All right. Let's set my skills. Tranquility completely steadies your aim, effective during the non-stop debate and the Hangman's Gambit. The focus gauge decreases more slowly during concentration and fever time. Ooh. Effective during the non-stop debate and Hangman's Gambit and the bullet time. That is amazing. Yes! Absolutely. I got 3 more truth bullet thingamajigs. Covers more quickly, effective during the non-stop debate and Hangman's Gambit. And the bullet time battle, blah, blah, blah. That is, this is like essentially the same thing. Breathing technique and neural liberation. I have literally equipped all that I could. Cool. I like it. Finish reparations. I think I said this before, but please never take anything I say about the game seriously. You're only ever gaslighting. Oh, trust me. Don't worry. Do not worry. I know a lit gas when I smell it. Except if it's carbon monoxide, because it's odorless.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results. If you can figure out who done it, then only they will, and I'll punish everyone now.
We already know who did it.
Was that?
It was Hiro. He does not have an alibi for when the murders took place, and we found him in that suit. Don't try and deny it. You killed them.
Oh my god, she is Morgana. Oh my god. I can't unhear it now.
I didn't. Someone knocked me out. I was asleep the whole time. I don't know anything about it.
He's innocent. My boy is innocent.
Shut your murdering mouth, murderer!
You're a murderer, Jill.
Who are you calling a murderer?
Yeah.
I am sorry to say, Hiro, but we do have evidence.
No, we don't, actually.
Blueprint for the suit.
Written in Hifumi's handwriting.
Parts we assume were used to build it,
Hifumi himself.
and all of it was found in your room. You have to admit, the evidence is quite compelling.
I disagree.
It points to you as having created the suit and wearing it while committing crime after crime.
How many times do I have to tell you? I don't know. I don't know.
It's not him. He's innocent. Is Hiro really the killer? Or, before anything else, we have to make that clear. Truth bullet time! You can't take the persona out of a man. No, you cannot. Yes, a hero's message. Ah, I see.
Everything we found in your room,
In
the
Hero's room.
blueprints, the suit parts, they are all proof enough that you are the culprit.
I don't know anything about that stuff. It's not true. It's a conspiracy.
Yeah.
Hiro, why? Why did you kill them?
He did.
No, just hold on a second.
All right, 1 minute. All right, do it again. That handwriting is awful messy. I already know this. His handwriting is
Everything
beautiful.
we found in your room, the blueprints, the suit parts, they are all proof enough.
Aha!
No, that's wrong.
That's wrong. The handwriting is different. Stop
Are
making.
we sure Hiro really made those blueprints?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Well, take a look at this. It's the note that Hiro wrote, asking everyone to meet up after Alter Ego disappeared.
Oh no, Makoto, don't say alter ego right in front of Monokuma. You know. There's like 3 other Persona 5 voices here too. Hiro is the weapon shop guy. Kyoko is on. Really? Blonde girl, yes. And Makoto is human Morgana. They didn't just keep the same voice. They weird.
The handwriting's obviously different, wouldn't you say?
It is.
When you compare it to the blueprints.
There's no way you could think the same person made both of them.
Hell no.
Unless that person made it a point to disguise their handwriting.
Not happening, Celeste.
No, the differences are bigger than that, I think.
Come on. I'm not smart enough to think of trying to change my handwriting anyway.
Okay, you're not, okay. If you're gonna claim stupidity in court, you're not allowed to do it. Your legal representation has to do it for you. And you kind of just have to like sit there and take it. Hiro, that makes you look guilty.
So Makoto, are you saying you don't think Hiro's the culprit?
No, I don't.
And he's not the only one. I think Hiro's innocent as well.
Yeah, never thought I'd be cheering on Byakuya, but here we are.
What?
Then who was in that robo-justice suit?
Oh, it was Hiro.
Is it like Hiro said? Was there really someone running around in a second suit?
Hell no.
The suspicious individual hidden within the suit.
Was Hiro.
Go ahead, Makoto. Tell them who it was.
It was Hiro. Of course. He passed it off to me.
So? Who was in the robo-justice suit?
It was him. The suspicious individual in question. The one that must have been in that suit. The Illuminati. It was Hiro.
I got it! Other than Hiro, I can't think of anyone else it could have been.
It is him, unfortunately. But
Obviously, he was the one in that particular suit. And we never found any kind of second suit.
Then there can be no doubt. Hiro is the prime suspect.
Byakuya, I hate you.
That doesn't make any sense. You just said Hiro didn't do
He
it.
did it.
It makes perfect sense.
Oh, God.
Hiro was the suspicious individual in the suit, but he's not the culprit.
Y'all are driving me nuts.
So what you're saying is...
That's right. The culprit in this case has nothing to do with being in the robo-justice suit.
I agree.
What? Now that's a bold assumption.
I disagree.
And what reason do you have to make such a statement? You do have a reason, yes?
Of course. But before we get to that,
Okay, even I'm semi-lost, but semi-in it, you know? Byakuya's classic. Of course I know the answer. Tell him, Makoto. God damn it. He's too stupid to realize that makes him look guilty. Loophole. Oh, no.
there's something else
An
we need
endless
to
loop.
clarify first. So let's get that out of the way.
Hey, stop trying to boss us around.
All things have a proper order.
So what is it? What needs to be clarified?
I don't know.
We must clarify the method of transportation for Taka's lifeless body.
That's the dolly.
It would seem that his corpse was moved using certain particular items. Makoto, can you tell us what they were?
He did it again. He did it again. The things that were used to move Taka's body was, well, we got the dolly.
I got it!
There's still one more thing. The thing used to move Taka's body must have been the tarp.
I got it!
Yeah.
They were a dolly and a tarp, right?
Yes. What? I thought we were on the same team, Yakuya. And he's just like, why? What's with the attitude?
So, let's see if I can explain. Taka's body disappeared from the equipment room, and then we rediscovered it in the repository.
But like, why?
And when we found it for the second time, it was wrapped in a blue tarp, right? It was the same tarp that up until then was stored in the equipment room.
But like, why move the body? Even I'm a little confused about that.
So the killer must have seen it there and decided to use it when they moved Taka's body. That way, they wouldn't leave any bloodstains while they were moving it.
Yeah.
Okay, that explains the tarp. And the dolly?
Well, I mean, bodies are heavy.
Same thing. I'm sure the dolly was in the equipment room when we first found Taka's body there.
I'm just gonna believe the game. You know?
But when the body disappeared, so did the dolly.
Yeah, and also wheels and blood, you know? Oh, you would get it right after I told you to say the correct answer. Yeah. Yakuya, it's like, why?
Later, when Taka's body reappeared in the repository,
So did the dolly.
so did the dolly.
Ha!
In other words, you think they used the dolly to move the body. Am I right?
Correct.
But are you sure you are not mistaken?
There's blood on the dolly wheel and wheel marks in Taka's blood.
Huh?
Huh?
Are you absolutely positive the dolly was in the equipment room when we found Taka's body?
Yes.
That dolly was made specifically for moving large objects between the repository and the art room. It would be very strange indeed to discover it had made its way to the equipment room.
That's true, but
Is it not
I have
possible
proof though.
that it was in the repository all along, and you simply didn't realize
No,
it?
it would dare.
She's raised an objection. How do you respond?
Shut up, Yakuya.
There is no shame in being wrong. Nobody expects much from you anyway.
Oh, Celeste, why?
We have all accepted the fact that you rarely understand what is going on around you.
I've literally been the person to be like, ha, they did it. You know, every single time in these class trials. Just Celeste, get out of here. Wow, I've never had anyone sound so nice while being so mean. But maybe I can change her mind. I can just explain to them why the dolly must have been moved to the equipment room, to the repository. A new element has been added to the bullet time bullets bullshit. Would you like to hear more? Totally. Let's talk about reloading. Starting with this next bullet time battle, we're going to add one more ingredient to the recipe. On the bottom of the screen underneath tempo marker, you will see your ammo count. Up until now, there hasn't really been a limit on how you destroy your opponent's statements. But from now on, just locking on and pressing the left mouse button won't be enough to handle them. Now it will cost you 1 bullet to destroy a single remark. Once you run out of bullets, you can't destroy any more statements, no matter how locked on you are. However, you can reload by pressing the tab key. It's like locking on, you have to press the tab key and the time of the tempo marker. Okay, basically just remember that the tab key now has a function along with the, okay, all right, cool. You will automatically reload at the start of fever time and your ammo will not decrease. All right. Okay. This is all too much. Hello, Vyara Slavcheva. Hopefully I'm pronouncing your name right. I apologize if I didn't. What chapter is this? 3? Question mark, I think. And how are you doing this fine morning, evening, or night, depending on time zone? Welcome, welcome. You just noticed the dead pictures match the height of the person that died. Really? Well, that's a neat little detail. Yeah, all right. Oh, but if your action difficulty is set to gentle, you won't have to reload at all. In which case, you can ignore everything I just said. Well then, good luck and have fun. I don't think we're on gentle. The moment of truth. Oh, boys.
You have it wrong. I cannot agree. You are a fool. So pathetic. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst. Away with you. You miserable wretch. I cannot agree. You are a fool. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst, you miserable wretch. You had it wrong.
Shit!
I cannot agree. You are a fool. So pathetic. Lies will get you nowhere.
I'm dying!
Away with you.
Okay.
You miserable wretch. I cannot agree. You are a fool. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst, you miserable wretch.
I am dead!
You miserable wretch.
What's with this negative bullshit?
You have it wrong.
No! No! No, believe me. Use fever? How do I do that? I forget. What button is that? No! No, 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 no! Send me back! Redo! Redo! Why am I the blackened? We were discussing Hero. They're like, oh, Hero did it. You have no proof that he didn't do it. You know what? You know what? Screw it. It's Makoto did it. Yeah. Oh, the thing that slows down time during debates. What button is that, though? Oh my god, another shot. Yes!
I refuse to give up yet.
Oh my god. All right. I'm sorry. If you want, you can call me Faith or Faith. All right, I will call you Faith, and thank you for being here. Good lord. I'm sorry, I forgot what button it was. Not at all. I already know. I gotta reload. That screwed me over, the whole reload bullshit. Okay. All right.
You have it wrong. I cannot agree. You are a fool.
Oh,
So
think I'm gonna follow.
Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst. Away with you. You miserable wretch. I cannot agree. You are a fool. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst, you miserable wretch. You have it wrong. I cannot agree. You are a fool. So pathetic. Lies will get you nowhere.
I
cannot agree.
I did it!
Should prove it.
Yeah! Take that!
If you're asking for proof that the dolly moved, I have it right here.
Oh, you have it right here, do you? Thank you for the follow, Faith. You have become cat. Hope I can make your day just a little bit better. Hell yeah. Oh, that was stressful. But I did it, though. Bro sees the tutorial talk about the fever and goes, yep, I understand everything. It proceeds to not. Okay, the fever tutorial was like a bajillion years ago. I forget what button you'd press to activate.
When I found the dolly in the repository, one of the wheels had a blood stain on it.
Yeah.
There was a pool of blood in the equipment room with a tire mark in it that matched the dolly wheel's tread.
There is no tread, but I get what you're saying, Makoto.
The killer probably rolled the dolly through the blood on accident as they wheeled the body out of the room.
It said the fever auto reloads you. No, I get that. I totally get that fever auto reloads me, but how do I activate fever? That's what I'm saying.
And as the blood dried on the tire, they moved the body into the repository.
Because isn't it like they can make a fever happen? And that's why I have like the negative thing and I can't see my little dots anymore. But like if I activate my fever before they activate their fever, then I'm in the good. But I'm saying, how do I activate mine? So I can get that sweet, beautiful auto reload. I don't know.
So there's my proof that the dolly was used to move Taka's body.
If you're using a controller, probably be R1, you think. I am using mouse and keyboard. Jeez, does Celeste really hate me that much?
Well, anyway, that was just something we had to get out of the way. Let's get back to the main subject.
Yeah, the subject of how Robo Justice didn't do it. Because if it's not a killer robot, then
then it's just a killer.
what kind of robot is it?
Ina, it wasn't the robot.
I'm not sure that really matters.
I'd be happy
No,
to explain why the occupant of the suit
Sakura, let her
couldn't
cook.
possibly be the killer. If you look back on how the body was transported, it will become immediately obvious.
Oh, I guess it would be too clunky to do that in the suit. If you look at how the body was moved, it'll be clear why the person in the suit couldn't have done it. What does he mean by that? I'm kind of just thinking maybe it's too clunky to move the body. Robo Justice costume. Only got one shot.
As we know, Taka was killed in the equipment room.
Yes, he was.
And from there, the body was moved to the repository, correct?
Indeed.
Yeah, the culprit wrapped the body in the tarp, then loaded it onto the dolly and wheeled it off, right?
Now, keep in mind that the dolly doesn't have a handle.
Well, yeah, but even without a handle,
I guess you could just push.
all you'd have to do is bend over.
Ah, there he is.
Then you could push the dolly no problem. So the killer just crouched down.
I just want to hear him out.
and
I know
carted the
what
body
it
off
is.
to the repository.
I know what
If
it
you
is.
accept everything we just said, then you must realize that whoever was in the suit couldn't possibly be the culprit.
And I agree.
Sorry, I don't think I realize anything.
I know what it is. You gotta bend over.
As we know, Taka was killed in the equipment room. And from there, the body was moved to the repository, correct?
Yeah, the culprit wrapped the body in the tarp,
But that slows it down.
then loaded it onto the dolly and wheeled it off, right?
Now, keep in mind that the dolly doesn't have a handle.
I got this.
Well, yeah, but even without a handle, all you'd have to do is bend over.
Yeah.
No, that's wrong.
Take that. It's okay, Hero. You can just play Hot Wheels or something.
You're absolutely right that you could push a dolly without a handle if you stoop down low.
I love how my side is just covered with dead people.
But if you were wearing that suit, do you think you could actually get into a position like that?
Hell nah. There was no waist support.
What do you mean?
Think back to what you said when we were all checking out the suit together. Remember?
Yeah, see? My plight is so bad in here, I can't see my feet at all. You totally can't bend at the waist. Ah! There we go.
When you're in that suit, not only can you not see your feet, but you can't even bend at the waist. Am I right about that?
Now that you mention it, yeah.
It seems like it'd be awfully hard to push that dolly if you couldn't bend over.
I guess you'd have to, like, crawl on your hands and knees.
Well, what's to stop you from simply pushing the dolly with your feet?
You can't see your feet. If you can't even see your feet, how can you see the dolly?
When you can't even see your feet?
Ah!
You really think someone could kick the dolly all that way?
Take that, Celeste.
Yeah, it'd be totally impossible. Not that I can say for sure myself.
On top of that, if you were wearing such a rigid, cumbersome suit, it's very unlikely you would have the dexterity to go about wrapping the body in a tarp.
Well, I mean, isn't that just a matter of taking off the suit when you're ready to move the body?
Ah, but once you're in the suit, you're borderline trapped in there. There's absolutely no chance that the costume was taken off just to move the body because once it's on, you can never take it off. What? You mean I have to live the rest of my life as Robo Justice?
I'm just gonna get all moldy.
You've already taken it off. Oh, she's right.
Shoot!
Looks like I just embarrassed myself in front of everyone.
What? But he needed help.
Oh, you can't take it off by yourself. I thought that's what the first one meant. But no, the game. Oh, the game.
I got
It's
it!
too literal.
I don't think taking off the suit was an option. If you remember,
I don't know what's up with this thing, but I can't really get out of it. A little help?
Why would you make something that you can't take off by yourself? I don't need to read flashbacks.
That's true. It seems impossible to put the suit on or take it off without help.
He was drugged. He was framed.
Then, you really can't take it off by yourself? Hiro wasn't just making it up?
Of course I wasn't making it up.
if he could have gotten it off by himself, I don't think he would have let us see him wearing it.
Yeah.
Showing up in the suit was basically an invitation for everyone to suspect it.
Yeah, that's right.
Hero, it's okay. You don't have to jump in, buddy. We got this.
So, it's really, really true that Robo Justice couldn't have moved the dolly?
To be clear, whoever did move the body, it couldn't have been Hiro in the robot suit, correct?
No, wait. Just a second, if you please. Have you forgotten about the picture that I took?
Yeah, that makes you a suspect, Celeste. That's what makes you a suspect in my eyes. I think that is not Hero attacking, but rather a drugged and passed out Hero in a rec room.
You all got a good look at it, did you not? The image of Hifumi being dragged away by Robo Justice?
I think it's Hifumi dragging Robo.
If whoever was in that suit is not the culprit, how do you explain that? Besides, do you remember what the now deceased Hifumi said?
It's a lie! He's lying! How did you get hurt? That guy hit me. What guy? Robo Justice? Or that's why I decided to call him just now.
So long as those facts exist, the proper conclusion is beyond question. The individual inside the suit and the culprit are one and the same. It was Hiro, without a doubt.
I'm thinking it's you, Celeste.
Yeah. Yeah, that's gotta be right.
We just presented a shitload of evidence saying otherwise.
Hold on a second.
Hiro, you're fine. Hina's just an idiot.
It's still far too early to reach that conclusion.
Thank you, Kyoko.
Besides, there's no hurry to decide who did it. Before we rush to a verdict, shouldn't we explore every single possibility?
I agree.
Instead of seizing on one viewpoint, the truth is uncovered by analyzing things from every angle.
Yeah.
Perhaps. But where do we go from here?
Let's review this series of unfortunate events from the beginning. Maybe we'll uncover something new.
What a pain in the ass!
I disagree, Jill. I would rather not die because of negligence.
I don't disagree, but our lives are on the line. If this is what it takes, we have to do it.
Plus, maybe we'll get to find out where the heck Kyoko was when everything went down.
Ah, that's true.
All right then, let's take another look back at what happened. I suppose we could start with this morning. 4 of us gathered together in the dining hall. Makoto, Hina, Kyoko, and myself. We waited there for quite a while, but nobody else showed up, so we went to look for everyone. That was around 8 a.m.
Should I be writing this down?
And as soon as we split up, Kyoko went missing.
Soon after that, Hina found Celeste in the rec room and quickly came to get Makoto and me.
It seems I was unconscious for about an hour after I was attacked by my mystery assailant.
All right, all right, so they met at, I'm making a timeline here. I got pencils and paper. So we got 8 a.m. meeting. All right, let's see if I can piece this together as they're going through it.
I know it was an hour because I remember being attacked a little after 7.
So 7 a.m. Celeste. attacked.
That was when we saw Celeste's picture and discovered that her assailant had been wearing a strange costume.
So all of this happened while everyone was asleep.
As it turns out, it was Robo-Justice. It also soon became clear that this same Robo-Justice had abducted Hifumi. We were soon joined in our search by Byakuya and Toko, and then went on to find Hifumi in the library. He was injured, so we took him to the nurse's office and resumed our search for the suspect. But not long after leaving the nurse's office...
And again, Celeste. I saw a shadow moving on top of the... See, and here's the thing. She was talking about, like, it's Robo-Justice at the end of the hall, but he was in the pool locker the entire time.
When Celeste told us that, we decided to split up and search the second floor. And soon after that...
I saw someone moving around on the 3rd floor, and I yelled out to everyone as soon as I did.
Yeah, but here's the thing. So, you found movement on the 3rd floor, but that's a total lie, because then all we just found was dead Taka. See, and that's what Byakuya said. He's like, that's a weird scream for someone like you. I love it when games have me writing stuff down. I haven't had to do that since 999, solving those dang math things. Yeah, because right now in my written notes, I have 1 a.m. Taka, 6 a.m. Hero, 7 a.m. Celeste attacked, and then 8 a.m. is when we were meeting. So between 1 and 6 a.m., I don't know. He was blocking the stairs, so he headed further down into the hallway and disappeared. But the end of the hall, it's a dead end at that hallway.
And then...
Yeah, that's Hifumi. It was Hifumi in the nurse's office.
At that point, we decided to divide up into 2 groups. Celeste, Hina, and I went back to the nurse's office, while Sakura, Byakuya, and Toko chased after the suspect.
But there was no suspect, it was just dead bodies.
When we got back to the nurse's office, we found Hifumi, dead.
I say knocked out, but you know, to each their own.
And that's when we heard the body discovery announcement.
But the body discovery announcement wasn't for Hifumi, it was for finding Taka.
I left Celeste and Hina there and headed back to the 3rd floor to let the others know what had happened.
Meanwhile, we had just discovered Taka's body in the equipment room.
Yeah. The other one again. Oh, sorry, I already read that. Really curious on how this goes. Same here. I'm thinking Celeste, but I just don't know how. Danganronpa 2 had you do it once, but it had nothing to do with the cases. You had a hunch one of the characters' names was an anagram. You were correct. Ah, nice.
We must have found both bodies at almost exactly the same time.
Almost, but not quite, because Hifumi wasn't dead. So the announcement was for Taka's body.
Because we heard the same announcement not long after we discovered his body.
And that's when I told you guys about Hifumi. Then the 3 of us headed for the nurse's office. But right after we left the physics lab, we ran into Celeste, who'd arrived after us. And she told us something very surprising.
Hifumi's body has disappeared.
We rushed back to the nurse's office and saw that she was right.
Then we remembered we'd left Toko passed out in the equipment room, so we hurried back again.
This can't be happening. Are we hallucinating? Oh, sorry, I don't need to.
But when we got there, we discovered that now Taka's body had also gone missing.
Because Hifumi grabbed it and moved it.
Next thing we knew, we were searching the school for 2 missing dead bodies. And after some time...
Wait, I just realized Taka's watch was broken at 6 a.m. or whatever, which is also the same time that Hiro was told to meet in the rec room. Huh. You got pizza pockets. Hawaiian. A Hawaiian pizza pocket. I've never heard of that. Like, I've heard of, like, many different other flavors, but I've never had, like, pineapple inside of a pizza pocket before. That's very interesting.
Celeste informed us that she'd found the bodies, and we all headed to the repository, which is where we rediscovered the corpses.
And then second announcement. But only after
I think that
Hifumi
about
died.
covers it.
I see. The whole thing sounds exceptionally complicated.
It do.
It certainly seems to me that these are not a simple series of connected events.
Okay, well, if that's true, then what?
Rather than a single series of events, I think we have to consider each murder a separate situation.
I totally agree, and that's what it should have been to begin with.
And from there, we can uncover the contradictions surrounding all of them. Now then, let's get started, beginning with what happened to Taka.
He was told to go to the place at 1 a.m. Contradictions in what happened to Taka. In order to uncover the truth of this case, I have to find them no matter what. Make your argument. Monokuma file number 3.
So, regarding Taka's death, I wonder if he died before Hifumi, or perhaps it was after?
After?
We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
What?
What makes you say that?
Taka was first.
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
Oh my
It's
God.
true that Hifumi was killed with Justice Hammer 3, while Taka's death came from a swing of Justice Hammer 4.
Are you shitting me
See?
right now, Hina?
So it's obvious Taka came after.
Hina, what? What kind of logic is that? Oh, the Justice Hammers were numbered, but were they really using that order? No.
So, regarding Taka's death, I wonder if he died before Hifumi, or perhaps it was after?
We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
Do I do what order?
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
It's true that Hifumi was killed with Justice Hammer 3, while Taka's death came from a swing of Justice Hammer 4.
See? So it's obvious.
How do I check the Monokuma file? Yeah, they were numbered, but like, were they really using that order? No.
So, regarding Taka's death, I wonder if he died before Hifumi,
He did.
or perhaps it was after?
Why is this even a thing?
We already know what order they were killed in.
Oh my God.
Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Because
right.
of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
It's
Oh,
true
you
that
son of a
Hifumi was
bitch!
killed with Justice Hammer 3, while Taka's death came from a swing of Justice Hammer 4.
See? So it's obvious Taka came after.
Oh my God. Stupid competition, Hina versus Hero. Oh man, that's
so,
tough.
regarding Taka's death, I wonder if he died before Hifumi, or perhaps it was after?
I think you gotta absorb one of those
We
statements.
already know what order they were killed in.
Right.
Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
Shit, how do you do that
It's
again?
true that Hifumi was killed with Justice Hammer 3, while Taka's death came from a swing.
I forget how you do everything in this. All right, think you gotta absorb one of those statements. Yeah, so turn my bullet into something else. Monokuma file is just a filler bullet most of the time. Okay, all right. So, influence gauge, focus gauge, concentration. Hold down the space key. You can concentrate and slow down the passage of time. Cool. Fast forward, control. Oh, that's neat. Weak spots. When a character is talking, some text may appear in yellow. It's the weak spot. Okay, I already knew that. Firing truth bullets, blah, blah, blah. Loading truth bullets. Move the mouse wheel up or down on the... Okay, I don't have to do that. Quick select. Press the Q key. Truth bullets will be automatically loaded according to the order. Okay, truth bullet flashback. If your target if you target a weak spot and then hold down the left mouse button, you can use the weak spot as a temporary truth bullet later in the argument. Those flashback bullets will disappear as soon as you use them or switch to another truth bullet. All right. Okay. So left mouse button. I need to hold down the left mouse button. Okay. All right.
See? So it's obvious Taka came after.
He did not.
So, regarding Taka's death, I wonder if he died before Hifumi.
He did not.
Or perhaps it was after?
It was after.
We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
It's true that Hifumi was killed with Justice Hammer 3, while Taka's death came from a swing of Justice Hammer 4.
See? So it's obvious Taka came after.
Am I doing it right?
So, regarding Taka's death, I wonder if he died before Hifumi. Or perhaps it was after?
We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
It's true that Hifumi was killed with Justice Hammer 3, while Taka's death came from a swing of Justice Hammer 4.
See? So it's obvious Taka came after.
So,
regarding Taka's death,
okay.
I wonder if he died before Hifumi. Or perhaps it was after?
We already know what order they were killed in.
No, that's wrong.
Did I do it? Did I win?
Hold on. There's no reason to assume that the hammers were used in the same order as their numbers.
I think I did it.
If anything, that's just another way the killer tried to disguise their actions.
I am lost.
So you're saying the culprit wanted us to think the hammers were used in order,
I suppose.
but in reality, Taka was killed before Hifumi?
Yes.
Okay then, let's see the proof.
The washed hammer. Evidence that proves Taka was killed before Hifumi. There's something that relates to what time he must have died. Oh, his stupid wristwatch. Hangman's Gambit. Oh shit, how do I play this again? Wristwatch. I need an I. I need an S. Give me the S. I need a W. Give me the W. Give me an H. What does that spell? I'm like a cheerleader. Wristwatch.
Now I understand.
Yeah, spelling. Regtooth.
I got it. Taka's wristwatch.
Taka's Regtooth.
See? Look. It broke with the hands pointing just past 6 o'clock.
It must have gotten broken when he was attacked by the killer. Because as of last night...
Blah, blah, blah. Flashback time. 10 o'clock.
So if it wasn't broken after 6 last night, then he must have been attacked around 6 this morning.
And that would be his official time of death.
Yeah. You got it. Hell yeah.
But if that's true, then he was killed well before Hifumi.
And before Celeste was attacked this morning, which happened around 7.
Hell yeah.
That's right. Taka was killed before any of the other incidents took place.
That simple fact slipped past all of us.
Because we were focusing on numbers on hammers.
We made the wrong assumption about the order of events, all because of those justice hammers.
I was just saying that to be an asshole, but it turns out that's what Makoto was actually saying.
That's exactly why the culprit wrote the numbers on each hammer and had them increase in size. That way, when we saw how they were used in each incident, we'd easily make that wrong assumption.
I disagree. I think it was just weird coincidence, but I mean, okay.
Now, if Taka was killed around 6, then everyone's alibis for his murder go out the window. Because when he was killed, we hadn't met up in the dining hall yet.
That may be true in the case of Taka's murder.
Well, what about Hifumi?
But all of our alibis still hold true for Hifumi's death.
That's right. With him, at least, we're all safe.
I mean, Hifumi wasn't dead, though. What was that? Came from downstairs, blah, blah, blah.
When we heard Hifumi screaming, we were all together. Except for Hiro and Kyoko.
Why would Hifumi be screaming, though? Like, what would he be freaking out about?
Then we all ran down to the nurse's office, and that's where we found his body.
Unless Hifumi smacked himself in the head with a hammer.
That's totally true. We're all in the clear.
Oh, I know! They must have recorded him screaming on a tape or something, then played it later on!
He hit himself.
If that's true, where's the tape?
I don't know.
Don't just go making stuff up.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Hiro, but I'm with Hina on this one.
Anyway, we all have rock-solid alibis for when we heard Hifumi scream. Since all of us were there together, clearly none of us could have killed him.
And it does not stop there. There was also the moment when we discovered his body had disappeared.
Because he was still alive. He only bonked himself in the head.
When his body vanished from the nurse's office, Hina and I were in the bathroom together, while everyone else was in the equipment room, correct? And then there's the disappearance of Taka's body from the equipment room. At that time, we were all gathered together in the
Hifumi was
nurse's
still
office
alive.
because of Hifumi going missing.
He went up because people were like, "Oh, Hifumi's he's a big boy. How can you carry him?" Well, he carried himself.
Well, don't forget, I was passed out in the equipment room the whole time.
Wait, then what if Genocide Jill did it? She could have dragged Taka's body out of there right then!
Even if she could pull that off, there's no way she could have done the same with Hifumi's body.
You felt left out? I guess so.
Because, as we just established, she was passed out in the equipment room when his body disappeared.
Besides, I didn't do either of them anyway.
In other words, it is impossible that any of us could have killed Hifumi or moved either of their bodies.
He did it to himself.
On the other hand, Hiro and Kyoko had disappeared, so they most certainly could have done those things.
Unfortunately, yeah.
So what now, Kyoko?
I think Kyoko is definitely like guilty in that sense because she has zero alibi and refuses to tell people. So it's like, Hifumi probably got guilty and probably slipped on a hammer. I don't know. What's your fave execution? I mean, so far we've only seen Leon get executed and now Mondo. I mean, Mondo, I think, would be, like, yeah, he got liquefied. But with the G-forces needed to, like, do that, along with the electricity, he very much passed out. So, it was painless for him. He passed out, and then his body, turned to mush. So, in terms of, like, a pain factor, I think Mondo got it easy. Leon, on the other hand, eesh. Not true. Remember the skeleton of the rocket ship at the beginning? So, you've seen 3. No, only 2. Just Leon and Mondo. Mondo's the second class trial. This be the third. The skeleton in the rocket ship at the beginning? Huh? I am lost. But I'm just saying, just normally, you see people do. Monokuma sent a blindfolded guy to space, and the rocket crashed back down. I don't remember this at all. That's at the beginning, huh? Clearly, it didn't leave much of an impact. I guess not.
For now, we can't get fixated on who did it, or we'll just keep going around in circles. So instead of who, I propose we start talking about how. In particular, I think we need to figure out how Hifumi's body got moved.
He was still alive.
That's true. We searched everywhere, but we couldn't figure out how to explain his body disappearing. And according to what Celeste said...
Alright, he could have gone for more than a minute or 2, though. So then the killer was able to get it and move Hifumi's body in that short amount of time. Hell no.
His body apparently disappeared in the 1 minute her and Hina took their eyes off of it.
Because he's not dead.
But to carry that much weight from the first floor up to the 3rd in that short amount of time?
It was Sakura. She's the one that's strong enough. Thank you for the head pets. Why isn't it working? There we go.
Oh man, yeah! There's no way! It'd be impossible!
Yeah! It was the very first thing you saw before even meeting Makoto. Really? Huh. I completely do not know.
Well, what if I told you there was a way to make the impossible possible?
He was not dead. He died in Hina's arms.
What? How?
He wasn't
If the
dead.
dead body were to move itself.
Oh, my sweet Jesus. Thank you. Oh, my God. It's not like I haven't been saying that since the very beginning of this.
The dead body moved on its own?
Yes, he's a zombie.
No! Not another ghost!
Ghost zoink scoops.
I don't think it has anything to do with the occult. I think what she's implying is
Hifumi was still alive.
we thought Hifumi was dead, but perhaps in reality he was still alive.
Yeah.
He was alive?
I know. We didn't resuscitate him because we're terrible, horrible people.
Are you saying Hifumi wasn't carried out of the nurse's office, but simply walked out on his own?
Yeah.
But I mean, we found his body. He was dead.
Perhaps he was simply playing dead.
And he did a good job.
That it isn't possible.
The idea that Hifumi was still alive. Is it really possible? Oh my God. We saw him wake up and then die in Hina's arms. If he was dead between then and there, he would... Ah! Ay, 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 ay. Broken wristwatch. No, that's not it.
Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi in the nurse's office, there's a chance he was actually still alive?
Yes,
It is impossible.
it is not.
Hifumi was dead, without a doubt.
And you know that how?
Surely you heard the body discovery announcement along with the rest of us.
Yeah, and then we heard it
Hifumi's
again.
dead body had been found.
Nuh-uh.
And that is why the announcement was made.
No.
Are we really so sure about
I
that?
know how to do this
Maybe
one.
the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
Exactly. Yeah. All right. I got it. We're good.
Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi in the nurse's office,
How do I speed
there's
up
a
again?
chance he was actually...
No. Hifumi was dead, and you know that. Surely you heard the body. Hifumi's dead, and that is. Are we really? Maybe
The announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
What? Huh?
Shoot!
Oh no. Okay.
Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi in the nurse's office, there's a chance he was actually still alive?
I still think this is it.
No, it is impossible.
It's not impossible.
Hifumi was dead, without a doubt.
And you know that how?
Surely you heard the body discovery announcement along with the
Unless-
rest of us.
1 minute.
Hifumi's dead body had been found. And that is why the announcement was made.
Are we
Unless.
really so sure about that? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
1 minute. 1 minute. Okay. All right. I'm cooking. I'm cooking here.
Are you saying that when we first there's a chance you? No.
All right. We got it. We got it. We
Hifumi
got it.
was
We got
dead,
it. We
and
got
you
it.
know that. Surely you heard the body. Hifumi's dead.
And that is why
Shit.
the announcement was made.
Are we really so sure? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
All right. Someone else's discovery.
Are you saying that when we first found there's a chance he was at...
No, it is impossible. Hifumi was dead, without a doubt.
And you know that how?
Surely you heard the body discovery announcement along with the rest of us. Hifumi's dead body had been found.
Nuh-uh.
No, that's wrong.
Get out of here. Why are you trying to argue with Kyoko? You agree with her. I'm not arguing
Was
with
the
her. I was
body
trying to take her
discovery
thing.
announcement that was made
Or wait.
really intended for
I don't know.
Hifumi?
Yeah, it was for Taka.
Of course it was. The announcement played right after we discovered his body.
And we also discovered Taka's body.
Maybe. But that was also the same time that Taka...
That's right.
Oops, I
It
clicked
wasn't
ahead.
long after finding his body that we heard the announcement.
So there's a good chance we've made a mistake in there somewhere. I think we've confused
No, that's
whether
wrong.
the announcement was for Hifumi or Taka.
Good old Makoto.
First of all, if 2 bodies had been found, there really should have been 2 announcements.
Maybe Monokuma simply got lazy and rolled them together into one.
What do you say, Monokuma? Any comment?
Yeah, you a lazy bastard.
Well, it's a very sensitive issue, so I can't go into too much detail. But what I can say about the body discovery announcement is that it's only broadcast when 3 or more people find a dead body for the first time.
And there were 2 announcements. Yay, Danganronpa, let's go. Hello, Midnight. And how are you doing this fine morning, evening, or night? Depending on time zone, welcome back. How's it going? It's going pretty good, pretty good.
That didn't answer our question, man. We're asking if you're a lazy bum.
Yeah.
No, actually, that was plenty.
Huh?
Oh.
He said it's only broadcast when a body is discovered for the first time, which means...
If we discovered Hifumi, then he wouldn't have played it again the second time.
Even if we find the same body again later, he won't make the announcement again. If that's true, then why was the announcement made again later on?
Because he died. Like, actually.
Huh? Later on?
Exactly. We heard the body discovery announcement twice.
The second body discovery announcement. The first time it played was when we found each body in the nurse's office and the equipment room. And on the second time was when... just after Hifumi came back to life. Yeah. What? You sure about that? Think hard. Try to remember. Now that you mentioned it. The second announcement came right after Hifumi woke up.
Shoot.
What do you mean? Oh, it was after he died again. I'm gonna lose all my hearts here. There was when both bodies were rediscovered.
I got it! We heard it a second time in the repository, when we rediscovered the 2 bodies.
Yeah. Ding dong. So he was dead, and then he woke up and then died again. I think. Because... oh, this is weird.
It didn't seem weird at the time, but it contradicts what Monokuma just told us, doesn't it?
It does, but I think the game itself made a little bit of a boo-boo. I think the announcement should have happened when he died in Hina's arms. I think that's when the announcement should have happened.
Exactly. If we were actually rediscovering both bodies, the announcement shouldn't have played.
Then in reality, when the 2 dead bodies were rediscovered, one of them was actually being discovered for the first time.
Yeah!
So, when we found Hifumi the first time in the nurse's office, he wasn't actually dead yet.
Just very close to it.
Meaning, he wasn't actually found dead until we came upon him in the repository.
And that's just part of it. There's one other thing that leads me to believe he was still alive in the nurse's office.
He wiped his glasses.
Oh, I know! Because he was super good at playing dead! Bada bing, bada boom!
Oh, Jill. Get out of here.
That is the worst logic I have ever heard.
I agree.
But honestly, I do not think there's anything that can prove he was still alive.
Absolutely. He wiped his glasses clean with his anime microfiber cloth.
Okay then, let's take another look at the events surrounding the discovery of his body. Then it should become clear whether he was really alive or not.
This whole thing is pointless.
There has to be proof that shows Hifumi was still alive. Make your argument. I already know it. Hifumi's glasses. Done.
Well, here's one thing we do know. The first time we found Hifumi's body was in the nurse's office. And then, while me and Celeste were in the bathroom, his body disappeared.
He got up and walked away.
And the next time we saw his body, it was in the repository.
But when you compare his body before being moved and his body after being moved, other than the change in how it was positioned, there was no notable difference.
What? there was a change. You're like, there is no change. Yes, his glasses.
Shoot!
All right. Okay. All right.
Well, here's one thing we do know. The first time we found him, and then his body
And the next time it was in.
But when you compare his body before...
Other than the change in how it was positioned, there was no notable difference.
His glasses. Oh, that's
Was he really still alive?
That's
Of
where I
course
should have
not.
shot it.
It is impossible. This is ridiculous.
Okay, I was on the right track.
Well, here's one. The first time
I was
we
just
found
a little
him,
too
and
quick
then
on the draw.
His body
And the next time it was in.
But when you compare his body before...
Other than the change in how it was positioned, there was no notable difference.
Kaboom!
No, that's wrong.
No, that's wrong. Break.
In fact, there was one clear difference
Did
between
you just get the
Hifumi and
achievement for
nurse's
shooting the
office
purple
and the
words? I
repository.
did.
His glasses. That fact alone proves that he was only playing dead in the beginning.
Yeah.
Perhaps you'd like to fill the rest of us in?
When we found Hifumi in the nurse's office, his glasses were covered with blood.
I thought they were covered in jelly donut filling.
But when we found him again later in the repository, they were spotless. And I found the item he used to wipe them clean in the nurse's office trash can.
His anime handkerchief. The evidence I found in the trash can was... Ba-da-ba!
I got it! It was a glasses cleaning cloth featuring a certain cartoon mascot.
Cartoon? Makoto, it's an anime. They're two separate things. How could you? Makoto.
One look at the bloodstain on the cloth should make things clear.
You had to farm those in the last case because you never bothered to shoot them unless you had to. I just like shooting them. I just think it's fun.
This piece of cloth was used to wipe Hifumi's glasses clean.
Do the Japanese is probably cartoons? No, that is exactly the case.
And the mascot on the cloth is the same one that's on the digital camera, right?
Yeah.
And whose digital camera was it? Hifumi's, of course.
The character was... Princess Piggles. From Demon Angel Pretty Pudgy Princess, I think.
Yeah, it's a #1 hit show.
I highly doubt anyone but Hifumi would have brought something like this to school.
I see your point. And the only people here who wear glasses are...
Byakuya and Hifumi, really.
I wouldn't be caught dead using a tacky piece of garbage like that.
There you go.
A few tissues is all I need to keep my glasses clean.
Oh, Jill, no, that is scratching central. What the hell?
Then there's no question. It belonged to Hifumi.
So what you're saying is... What exactly?
Oh my god, Hero. Just play on like your little Game Boy or something.
What I'm saying is, the blood on his glasses was wiped away using his own glasses cleaning cloth.
Use your shirt. No! No! Just you use a microfiber cloth. It scratches. You don't scratch your glasses. Oh no.
Even if that is true, it does not mean he wiped the blood off himself.
How coarse are your tissues? Coarse enough to scratch glasses.
But who would benefit from a clean pair of glasses other than the glasses owner?
That's a good point.
Then it must have been him, right?
How coarse are your shirts? It's a shirt. It attracts its own dirt and dust and like small particles.
So let's assume that Hifumi was still alive in the nurse's office. He pretends to be dead. Then when he's alone, he wipes his glasses clean so he can see.
Exactly.
Then he stands up and walks out on his own 2 feet.
Oh my god, thank you, Kyoko.
And with that, the impossible task of moving his copious corpse becomes possible, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely.
But then, if he was just pretending to be
Dirt
dead...
shirt boy. No, that's just how it is. You don't use a microfiber cloth. Don't use your shirt. You use your shirt if there's absolutely nothing around, you know? Like a microfiber cloth.
What was with all that blood? Was it paint or something?
Oh no, it was real blood.
The fridge in the nurse's office contains packs of blood for emergencies. He probably used one of those.
I never even thought of that.
He figured if he was gonna play dead, he should go all out, so he just dumped it everywhere! But he got crazy with it and had to wipe his glasses off when he was done! God, what an idiot!
And if Hifumi was still alive at that point, the disappearance of Taka's body is easily explained.
Yeah, but then how did he die for real, though?
It should be perfectly obvious who must have moved Taka's corpse.
The one who moved Taka's body was Sakura! Taka himself. Oh, it was Hifumi.
I got it! It could only have been Hifumi.
While we were all gathered in the nurse's office, he went to the equipment room and took Taka's body.
Yeah, but how did he die, though?
That also explains how the door to the repository got locked.
See, I thought he hit himself in the head just normally, and that blood was his and not the, like, nurse's supply. And then he just died from his own injuries, from being an idiot.
The door was locked?
Well, after the bodies disappeared, we all went looking for them, right? So me and Sakura headed for the repository. But when we got there, the door was locked.
Yeah, because Hifumi was in there.
And the repository door can only be locked from the inside. Which means when Hina and Sakura got to the repository, someone was already inside.
It was Hifumi himself.
And it could only have been Hifumi, who just finished stashing Taka's body there.
He convinced us all he was dead, and when he saw his chance, he dragged Taka's body to the repository. So, Hifumi wasn't just another victim in this case. He was one of the assailants.
Yeah!
But that means he took part in the murders.
Absolutely.
I just can't believe it.
And if he took part in the murders, who took the photo of him at... See, it's Celeste.
If you're having trouble, would you like me to show you one more piece of evidence?
Absolutely.
There's more?
There's a shitload more. What are you talking about?
Oh, absolutely. The single biggest fact pointing to his involvement has yet to be revealed.
Okay, now I'm confused.
You know what I'm talking about, right, Makoto?
Oh, shit.
The item he took off of Taka's lifeless body?
The notes, that's right. The note in another font. Huh?
I got it! You're talking about the note Hifumi had hidden away, aren't you?
Your brain would usually prevent you from hitting yourself that hard. Yeah, but that's the thing, though. Usually. Hifumi is an unusual fella.
Hidden note?
That's right. We found it stuffed in his pants.
Because Kyoko here just loves filling up dead bodies.
What? In his pants?
God damn it.
Yes, his pants.
Okay, well, forget about the pants for now. Take a look at what the note says.
All right, 6 a.m. So this was Taka.
Ah, that's the note I was telling you about. The one that told me where to go.
Except your note's different.
Huh? Wait, this one's a little different. In my note it said, Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone else for now. Let's meet in the rec room at 1 a.m.
Oh, so I put Taka at 1 a.m. Never mind. It's supposed to be Hero at 1 a.m. Taka's at 6. Oh, that tracks.
I see. Then this note isn't the same one Hiro got.
It's not the same?
In other words, the killer got in touch with another person besides Hiro, and that person could only have been...
Taka! Hifumi's pants!
I got it! That's right! Taka! The killer used this note to draw out Taka and murder him.
Hello? Over here! Objection! Objection!
What do you mean?
I don't really understand what's going on, but Hifumi had that letter, right?
He grabbed it from him.
So whoever wrote it wasn't drawing out TikTok, they were drawing out Huffy!
Just to be clear, TikTok is Taka and Huffy is Hifumi, right?
I assume so, Hina.
Ugh! Yes! Why must you ruin it every time?
Man, Genocide Jack is seriously scary, but still, I can't let her get it. I can't let her get to me. Yeah, is this another one of those stupid... Okay, never mind. My note said Monokuma can't find out about this big secret. Monokuma.
Puppy had the note, right? Then the person it was intended for must have been Hoppy!
But remember what the note said. What time did it say to meet?
6 a.m., I believe.
The time doesn't matter!
It totally does.
The note has nothing to do with TikTok!
What?
Shoot!
Okay, all right.
Puppy had the note, right? Then the person it was intended for must have been Hoppy!
But remember what the note said. What time did it say to meet?
6 a.m., I believe.
The time doesn't matter! The note has nothing to do with TikTok!
It do, though. Need to clear it up.
Puppy had the note, right? Then the person it was intended for must have been Hoppy!
But remember what the note said. What time did it say to meet?
Okay, I'm actually a little bit lost.
6 a.m., I believe.
The time doesn't matter! The note has nothing to do with TikTok!
Okay, the note has nothing to do with Taka. But it does. It does have something to do with Taka. So that's the wrong one. You just noticed Jill has been here instead of Toko the entire trial. I mean, you gotta let her fly every now and again, you know? When I think of TikTok, I think of the buff TF2 guys. I'm gonna assume it's some kind of source filmmaker animation, Ray. But I am lost.
Puppy had the note, right?
All right.
Then the person it was intended for must have been Hoppy!
But remember what the note said. What time did it say to meet?
6 a.m., I believe.
The time doesn't matter! The note has nothing to do with TikTok!
Okay. What happened at 6 a.m.? Well, Taka died at 6 a.m.
Puppy had the note, right? Then the person it was intended for must have been Hoppy!
Do I use her own thing on her?
What time did it say? 6 a.m.
The time doesn't matter! The note has nothing to do with TikTok!
Okay, I guess not.
Shoot!
I thought I use her own statement against her, but I guess not. Oh,
Puppy had the note, right?
I guess.
Then the person it was intended for must have been Hoppy!
But remember what the note said.
What did the note
What
say?
time did it say to meet?
It said 6 a.m.
6 a.m., I believe.
The time doesn't matter!
It does.
The note has nothing to do with TikTok!
All right.
Puppy had the note! Then the person it was must have been Hoppy!
But remember what the note said. What time did it say to meet?
Okay.
6 a.m.,
The
I
note
believe.
said...
The time doesn't matter!
Time doesn't matter.
The note has nothing to do with TikTok!
Okay, so those don't correlate. Oh, we had the note, right? I mean, yeah, he did.
Puppy had the note, right?
He did.
Then the person it was intended for
Must have been Huffy.
must have been Hoppy!
Wrong. So that's
But
what I...
remember what the note said. What time did it say to meet?
6 a.m., I believe.
Okay, all right.
The time doesn't matter!
Okay, I think I got it.
The note has nothing to do with TikTok!
I think I got it. I think I got it.
Puppy had the note, right? Then the intended for.
Must have been Huffy.
Must have been Huffy.
But remember what the note said.
No, I agree with her. I mean, what? Oh no, I think I'm gonna have to tutorial this one. Ah, shit. I am, okay, contradictions. Hifumi had the note, so it must have been for Hifumi. But aha, no, it wasn't. So I think that's what I have to shoot. So, like, it must have been for Hifumi, but it wasn't. And I have to prove why it wasn't. Why was it not meant for Hifumi?
Shoot!
Oh God, yeah, okay. I have one. Oh, I am dead.
Huffy had the note, right?
He did. Yes.
Then the person it was intended for must have been Huffy.
Wrong.
But remember what the note said. What time did it say to meet?
6 a.m., I believe.
But time doesn't matter.
The time doesn't matter. The note has nothing to do with TikTok. Huffy had the note, right? Then the person it must have been Huffy.
But remember what the note said. What time did it say to meet?
6 a.m.
The time doesn't matter. The note has nothing to do with TikTok.
What happened at 6 a.m.? Oh, I know. Okay. I know.
The note. Then the person it must have been Huffy.
But remember what the note said.
What time did it say to meet?
6 a.m.
The time doesn't matter. The note has nothing to do with TikTok.
I did. But that proves that it does. Because, remember what the note said.
Shoot!
Because the note said to me that I did it. What do you mean failed? Oh my God. Everyone's gonna vote me. Why do people vote me?
Is this...
Give it another shot? Absolutely.
I refuse to give up yet.
I am also disappointed. At least there's like zero consequence to this, clearly. Why do I have 3?
Huffy had the note, right? Then the person it was intended for must have been Huffy.
But remember what the note said.
Oh my God, broken wristwatch.
What time did it say to meet?
6 a.m., I believe.
The time doesn't matter.
It does.
The note has nothing to do with TikTok.
Oh my God, I had extra bullets. I had extra bullets.
No, there absolutely is a connection.
Oh.
What the hell are you talking about?
Oh my God.
The note said to meet at 6 a.m., which is the same time Taka was murdered.
Why didn't any of the past killers
You've
just
already proven
refuse to
that
give
using
up?
his wristwatch.
I don't know.
But there's more. Look where the note says to meet.
At 6.
The equipment room, right?
Which is where Taka was killed. I see.
So, Taka was murdered at both the time and
Oh,
place
thank you for
written
that.
in the note.
It's
I
much
think
needed.
that should be plenty to show that this note was definitely meant for Taka.
Well, when you put it like that...
No further objections.
God damn it, Jill.
Then someone used that note to trick Taka. Just the same as me. The culprit really is a cold-blooded monster. Telling people they found a way out.
Yeah.
But if they gave the note to Taka, what was Hifumi doing with it?
He ripped it away from him.
Stuffed down his pants, no less.
Most likely. Hifumi stole it off Taka's corpse after he died.
But he was clutching onto a heart.
He stole it?
Where's your proof? Go ahead, show us.
He's got the torn note in his hand.
got it!
Yeah!
When I searched Taka's body, I saw that his lifeless hand was gripping a small scrap of paper.
Usually when people say something lifeless,
If I'm right
it's
about
usually like
this,
limp.
the sheet of paper this piece came from is... I knew it! It fits perfectly with the note we found hidden on Hifumi.
Oh my god, no way!
Then Taka's scrap and Hifumi's note.
Yup. They're from the same piece of paper.
Oh my god.
Hifumi had the note meant for Taka, while Taka's corpse still grasped a small piece of that note. There's only one way to explain it.
It's the same piece of paper.
Taka died clutching the note. Hifumi tried to free the note from his death grip.
Makoto's a wee bit dramatic
leaving
in his
behind
vocabulary.
only one
just
small
slightly,
scrap.
but you know what?
Did I get all that right?
He's in the heat of the moment.
That means Hifumi knew the note was important.
Exactly. Which proves that he was an accomplice in the murder.
But Hifumi didn't write the note.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Dude.
After seeing all this, Hifumi was super involved in this whole thing for sure. In fact, he was behind the whole thing. In fact, he's still alive!
No, he's dead.
Sorry, no. When we found him in the repository, Hifumi was truly and completely dead.
He woke up after
The
the
second
announcement.
body discovery announcement proves that.
So then, who killed Hifumi?
Now that's
Whoever did is the mastermind, the true killer.
But when
He was
would
killed in the
Celeste-
repository. So he must have been killed not long after transporting Taka's body.
So it couldn't have been Celeste. 'Cause she was with us.
He must have been killed after Taka's body vanished, but before we found both bodies in the repository.
During that time, we'd all split up and were searching for Taka's missing body. In other words, during that time, none of us have alibis.
Ah, that's true.
Wait, but me and Sakura were together. Stop trying to steal the spotlight, you stupid walrus!
But why you gotta call her a walrus?
Who are you calling a walrus?
Yeah.
Anyway, when they were killed bothers me too. But there's something that's been bothering me even more.
And what might that be?
The weapon they used to kill Hifumi.
It was the clean
weapon?
the clean one.
Yeah, because I mean, according to the Monokuma file, the way Taka and Hifumi were killed was almost the same, with them having similar fractures and all. But Justice Hammer 3 and 4 were still laying around in the nurse's office
I
and
know
equipment
it.
room,
I
right?
know it. I thought the recently
So
cleaned
if
hammer
Hifumi was killed in
was,
the repository, the culprit would have had to
I thought that
grab
was
one
used
of
on
the
Taka,
hammers,
but I guess it was used
kill
on Hifumi.
Then put the hammer back where they found it.
Yeah.
But wouldn't that be seriously risky for him?
No, it was with one of the hammers
I'm
already
surprised.
in the repository.
It seems there's some semblance of a brain knocking around that skull of yours after all.
You back away, Byakuya. Let him
Hell
cook.
yeah, it's packed in there good and tight.
Yeah.
He's right, though. I don't understand it either.
I do.
The Monokuma file makes it clear that they were killed using similar instruments. But if the hammers were already laying around those other rooms...
It was the one already in that room.
So the question is, how could the culprit have gotten their hands on either of the hammers?
They didn't. It was a new hammer.
Personally, I haven't a clue.
So which hammer was used to attack Celeste? Number 1 or number 2?
None of them.
Those were accounted for in other rooms too. And I don't think either one is big enough to kill someone.
Then,
Is it not possible they used
I
a different
already
weapon?
know. Yes. Thank you, Byakuya.
I don't think it is possible. They were both killed with the same kind of thing, right?
Same kind of thing, indeed.
So then, what was used to kill Hifumi?
Another hammer. The weapon that was actually used to kill Hifumi. The whole picture surrounding this case wouldn't become clear until we figure that out. Somehow I have to find the truth. I know it already! All right. Spotless hammer. Thank you.
What was used to kill Hifumi? Was it Justice Hammer 3?
Nuh-uh.
Maybe Justice Hammer 4?
Nope.
Well, whatever it was, there's one thing we have to figure out. How was the culprit able to move around so freely with the weapon?
The weapon was already
How
there.
did nobody witness them carrying it?
Sounds like a Justice Hammer 5 is about to make its appearance!
Nuh-uh.
Check out murdergear.com/hammertime for more info!
Well, One thing seems
What if
pretty
that's
clear.
a real website?
The murder weapon had to be one of the Justice Hammers.
There. Okay,
And,
contradiction right there.
That's about it.
All right, I got it. We're good.
What was used? Was it just maybe justice?
Well, there's one. How was the culprit? How did nobody... Sounds like a Justice Hammer 5 is about to make. Check out murdergear.com/hammertime for more info.
See if that's a real website. I'm curious.
Well, one thing seems pretty clear. The murder weapon had to be one of the Justice Hammers.
It was,
No, that's wrong.
It was a spotless hammer. Break.
The murder weapon wasn't a justice hammer at all. No, it was something completely different.
It was a modeling hammer.
Seriously? A different weapon?
Specifically, a hammer from the repository. The killer could have easily used that to kill Hifumi. Now, all the hammers in the repository were covered in flecks of grit and debris. But for some reason, one of them had been scrubbed clean.
Yeah.
Huh?
And the reason it had been scrubbed clean was most likely because it was used to commit murder.
Hell yeah.
If the hammer got covered in Hifumi's blood, of course they'd have to clean it off.
But like, clean it off with
I'd
what?
also
though?
like to point out that the repository has all kinds of hammers. Big ones, small ones, and even some flat mallet-like ones. I think whoever made the Justice Hammers used those as a basis for their design.
If that's true, that would explain the Monokuma file's note about the wounds being similar.
Hell yeah.
So Hifumi moved
It's not
Taka's
real. What do
body
you
to
mean
the
it's not real?
repository where some...
And whoever
Oops,
did
I
that is
skipped.
the true killer. The one Hifumi was working with. And the one who betrayed him.
Hold on a moment. I still think it's strange to assume someone was working together with him.
Why?
The way the graduation rule works, there is no benefit to helping someone else carry out a murder. So the idea that anyone would work together like that is simply ludicrous. We talked about this, did we not?
Yeah, that's true, actually. So why would he do that? Wouldn't there be any reason for anyone to work together? At least we thought at first, but... Yeah, actually, yeah, why would Hifumi help? I'm thinking Celeste, because he seems like that's the person he would help the most.
Based on the rules that have been laid out for us, even if more than one person is complicit in the murder, only the one who actually carried out the act can graduate and survive. Assuming the rule holds true, it is simply impossible that two people work together on this.
That is how the rule was explained to us.
But that only really applies if there's one murder, right? In this case, however, there were two murders.
Ah! So Hifumi killed Taka, and then I think Celeste killed Hifumi.
Based on the rules that have been laid out for us,
Even if more than one...
only the one who actually carried out the act, assuming the rule holds true, it is simply impossible that two people work together.
I got
on
it!
this.
That is how the
But that only really applies if there's one murder, right? In this case, however, there were two murders.
Oops, did I screw up?
Based on the rules that have been,
Even if more than one...
only the one who actually carried out the act, assuming the rule holds true, it is simply impossible.
That is how the rule was explained to us.
But that only really applies if there's one murder. In this
Case, however, there were two murders.
Oh shit, okay, hit a contradiction. Okay, well, did I...
Shoot!
I done goofed, okay?
Based on the rules that have been laid out for us,
Even if more than one...
only
Alright.
the one who actually, assuming the rule holds true, it is simply impossible that two people.
That is how the rule...
But that only really applies if there's one. In this case, however, there were two murders.
Okay, maybe I just need to swap them. I'm on the right
Based on
track.
the rules, even if more than one person is only the one who actually carried out the act, assuming the rule holds true, it is simply.
That's
No,
wrong.
that's wrong.
Yeah! Yeah, that's wrong! Hell yeah!
Since there were two murders, it's at least plausible that more than one person was involved.
What do you mean?
If there'd only been one murder, then yes, the idea of an accomplice isn't really worth considering. Naturally, If only one person can be saved per murder, an accomplice has no risk versus reward benefit.
Unless you're both guilty.
Risk versus reward benefit?
Oh my god, Makoto. Do you have to play with your Hot Wheels too?
The payoff for working together. The reward that balances out the risk of taking part in a scheme. There's no point in being someone's accomplice if there's no benefit to you. However, if there were some potential mutual reward for the risk, then cooperation becomes possible.
You're saying that two people could act as each other's accomplices to commit two separate murders.
I think that's what the true killer told Hifumi. They would each have an accomplice for their crime. And based on the case's events, Hifumi would have been the first one to act, murdering Taka.
And I think it was very easy to convince him considering, as I said, the love triangle with the laptop. Hello, Indel Dawan. Hopefully I'm pronouncing your name right, and how are you doing this fine morning, evening, or night? Depending on time zone. Welcome, welcome. Have you found out the murderer? I have not. Although I'm very close. Very, very close. And please, no spoilers.
They made him carry out the first murder,
welcome,
so
welcome.
he couldn't back out of helping them later on.
One is fine. And again, hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. And have you tried? I'm pretty sure. I'm thinking Celeste. Because if Hifumi's gonna work with anybody, most likely it's her.
So in this case, there wasn't one single person committing multiple murders.
It was two separate murderers.
Instead, each person killed someone, creating two separate incidents.
And Celeste killed her own accomplice.
And it only looked like one person because that's how the true killer designed it to look.
Yeah.
A single suspicious individual, a similar weapon used in each crime, disappearing bodies. By creating one seamless set of circumstances, they made it look like one person was behind it all.
The person who did it is one smart cookie.
The mastermind picked their target
worry, I have
and managed to
tight lips. Hell
convince him
yeah.
to go along with their plan.
I think I'm on the right track.
And then, to avoid the no accomplices rule, they simply killed their accomplice.
Exactly.
Which, if true, means that betraying Hifumi was part of the plan from the very beginning.
That's just awful. How could anyone be so cruel?
Well, who took that picture? Who took the picture of Justice Robo and Hifumi?
You think so? I can't help but admire its cunning. Still, their choice of accomplice seems odd.
The effort made to convince us the two murderers were the same, but the main characteristic this time... Oh, sorry, I think I misread that. Kyoko must have noticed that fact from the very beginning, which is why she said not to look at this as a series of connected events, but entirely separate incidents. Kyoko really is amazing. Although, when you think about it, she's almost too amazing. Like, it's almost unnatural how good she is at this.
I understand how an accomplice could be involved, but then who was the one pulling Hifumi's strings?
That's problem numero uno right now.
It is. The true killer manipulated Hifumi to carry out a number of actions, and in the end, murdered him. And the debates up till now, the way the case has unfolded, when you consider all that, there's really only one person seems to fit. I mean, I want to blame Celeste, but I don't really have a whole lot of evidence for her. And the only other person it could be would be Kyoko herself, but I mean...
Here's my answer.
But like, with what proof
It
though?
was Celeste.
How?
So I'm the suspicious individual now, am I?
She's done a good job at covering her tracks. I mean, I am suspecting her like a hell of a lot, but like nothing definitive though.
I really do hate this kind of joke.
A joke? I wonder.
Okay, so clearly how the game is playing out, it is her. But how?
So what you are saying then is that I specifically chose to work together with Hifumi.
I mean, it makes sense. As I said, she's the one that took the picture. So I guess that is the thing that does the that you know, be like, it was you.
The idea that I would choose to spend any amount of time interacting with him.
You used him as your little puppet.
That I would go within 10 feet of that shit for brains, that lazy, worthless, goddamn idiot.
Oh, well, someone's losing their composure a little bit. It was Von Karma, indeed. I think Celeste Ludenberg is the murderer. That's what I'm thinking. This is a pain, over as it is.
Pardonnez-moi.
I thought you were German.
Just to be clear, there is evidence to support it.
Oh, please, by all means, Byakuya. Or are you just going to force that on me?
Is that so?
It is. Throughout the investigation, there was certain behavior that was common only to the two of you.
Ah, see, that's what I meant. Because Celeste was like, the murderer's over there. But turns out, no. No, he's not.
Considering what we've learned so far, it only further proves that the two of you were working together.
It's the only Hifumi and Celeste had in common. The picture. I guess the screaming. The paper hitting Hifumi's pants. Encountering the suspicious individual. Encountering the suspicious individual.
I got it! The behavior they had in common has to do with the suspicious individual in the suit, doesn't it?
Yeah, and then the photo.
The only ones who ever actually saw Robo Justice firsthand were Celeste and Hifumi.
Shush, the adults are talking now.
Byakuya, you're literally... I hate this man. Disembowel him the next chance I get.
Sorry.
What are you apologizing for?
As he said, only Celeste and Hifumi ever laid eyes on the costumed individual.
It's Hifumi she's talking about. Okay, that's fair. I could sense the French.
If we accept that Hifumi was one of the culprits, we can't help but suspect what Celeste has said as well.
Are you saying everything they told us was a lie?
Absolutely.
After taking Hifumi to the nurse's office, we all began our search for this individual, correct? And not too long after that, do you remember what Celeste said?
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. All right, I was on the right track.
We headed to the second floor specifically because of what she claimed to have seen. Next, to draw us all to the physics lab up on the third floor.
And we got the taco bar.
She let out a blood-curdling scream.
Asshole fits the title for Byakuya right now. Absolutely. You'll tell him when he tells you to. Oh, okay. Sorry for speaking out of line. My bad. I should have known better.
And when we'd all come to see what was wrong, what was it she said?
It was Robo Justice.
Once she'd done her job of getting us all up to the physics lab, it was time for her partner to get to work.
To move the body. I know, we looked at this already.
It was to get us to divide into two groups. So that we would discover both bodies at the same time?
Yeah, but why would okay, so like, I wonder what okay, so Celeste would be like, oh, I'm gonna murder somebody while you're doing shit, so have at it. But little did Hifumi know. Byakuya is the only asshole you let slide.
In fact, Celeste was precisely the one who proposed that we split up.
We split up into two groups. All right. Yes, I know. Okay, I don't need to read flashbacks. We were all there.
Well, if Celeste and Hifumi were working together, all those chance events suddenly become connected.
Oh, you're looking a little suspicious there, Celeste.
And on top of that, that piercing cry of yours early on.
It was fake. Monster!
That was to signal Hifumi, wasn't it?
Oh, I see. Okay.
It was your way of telling him, we're on the third floor. Everything's going according to plan.
I never even pieced that together. All right, you know what, Byakuya, you're in it.
Why else would you let out a scream that could have carried
You lost
across
me, but
the
now
sea?
you're back.
I just realized another strange thing.
Oh, Hifumi's weird scream to let them know that he's doing his thing.
When we found Hifumi in the nurse's office, who we now know was only pretending to be dead.
I did not imagine that, Hifumi. Oh, okay.
Celeste, You were the first one to say he'd been murdered.
Oh, that's true. Byakuya's playing 4D chess. God damn.
You wanted to make sure we wouldn't have any doubt in our minds.
You planted that little seed.
I don't believe it. Everything. The whole thing was one big act.
Hina, you were with Celeste when Hifumi's body disappeared, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I was feeling kind of sick, so Celeste took me to the bathroom. Wait! Then that was...
That was when... yeah!
She wasn't worried about you. She just saw a chance to help Hifumi sneak out of the nurse's office.
Each piece isn't much by itself, but start putting them together and the picture gets very ugly indeed.
All right, are we going to whip out the crayons and do our little comic book soon?
Wouldn't you agree, Celeste?
I have no idea what you mean.
Don't bother trying to deny it.
All you got to do is just go, nuh-uh, and then you win.
You made one fatal mistake.
The photograph.
Oh, did I?
Yeah.
I didn't even catch it myself when you first said it, but looking back, I can say that that one little slip-up was your undoing.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about what you said after Hifumi's body disappeared and we returned to the nurse's office.
Okay, now I'm lost. You must really be enjoying this. I guess Hifumi would be hella into this? Enjoying the sight of us standing around, frightened and confused. We're all going to die here. Just like those guys died. I don't get it.
I remember her saying that too, but I don't understand what's so strange about it.
I'm with you there, Sakura.
Then pay attention. Sakura, Toko, and I were first to discover Taka's body in the equipment room. Then Makoto showed up and told us Hifumi had been killed. So Sakura and I left with Makoto. Once we were in the hall, we ran into Celeste, and the four of us headed to the nurse's office.
So you're saying she shouldn't have known of Taka's murder just yet?
Now, the entire time we were together, none of us said anything about Taka being dead.
Ah, I see.
Think about it. Celeste's comment doesn't make sense. It was completely out of place.
True. Hello, Ninja, how you doing? Egg Pog, let's go. Yeah, that moment was crazy indeed. You really did like Celeste? You'd rather let her go free than Byakuya, but she's a murderer, Ray. You don't have sound, but I'm here. All right. Enjoy your time. I can't really type at the moment. My mouse is locked.
Yeah, I see what you're talking about.
As I said in the message, be
Although
like, all
I
right,
don't really
let's go.
get what it means.
This is the moment where Byakuya was the goat. He has his moments.
You hear that, Celeste? Everyone's having some trouble understanding. Could you repeat what you said? If you're really not the culprit, you shouldn't have any problem repeating it, right?
Yeah. Byakuya said that Celeste's comment didn't make sense. But what is he alluding to? I gotta get ready for work. All right. So the Monokuma file's a fake.
All I said was... They must really be enjoying this. Enjoying the sight of us standing around, frightened and confused. They must be positively elated. We are all going to die here. We are going to die, just like those guys died. And that is all I said.
And that's all it takes to finish this. It's obvious, isn't it? What was so strange about Celeste's comment?
I'm agreeing with you.
Shoot!
Damn it. Okay.
All I said was...
They must really be enjoying
the sight of us standing around, frightened, and they must be positively elated. We are all going to die here. We are going to die, just like those guys died. And that is all I said.
Just like those guys.
And that's all it takes. What was so strange about Celeste's comment?
All I said.
They must really be enjoying the sight of us standing around, frightened and confused. They must be positively elated. We are all going to die here. We are going to die, just like those guys died.
And that is all.
And that's all it takes. What was so strange about Celeste's comment?
When she said that, she should have only known about Hifumi's death. Truth pulls up for disagreeing. I know they are. I done goofed.
All I said was, they must really be enjoying the sight of us standing around, frightened, and they must be positively. We are all going to die here. We are going to die, just like those guys. And that is.
And that's all it takes.
What was so strange about Celeste's comment?
All right. So strange.
All I said, they must really be enjoying the sight of us. They must be. We are all going to die. We are going to die,
Just like those guys.
die.
Did I do it?
That's wrong.
Okay, I did it. Haha! All right. We're good.
That's right. There's no reason Celeste should have said, just like those guys died. When she said that, none of us had told her Taka was dead.
Yeah, Taka was still alive.
Exactly. And we didn't run into her until after we were all out in the hall. So there was never any chance for her to have seen his body in the equipment room for herself.
I never even pieced that together.
So how did you know, Celeste?
Yeah, you did. Hell yeah.
How did you know more than one person had been killed? And how did you know they were both guys?
Yeah, Celeste.
Because Kyoko had also disappeared, right? So she could have been dead too.
I never even thought of that, but yeah. Oh no.
You all have such vivid imaginations. You know that?
Imaginations.
You claim that I was lying when I told you about the suspicious person I saw. Then what about the picture I took?
Exactly. You're the one that took the picture.
How do you explain this picture of the costumed villain dragging Hifumi away?
I'm telling you, that's a passed out hero.
It has to be some kind of setup, right?
It is.
So let's put the suit on. And then she used the camera's timer to set up the picture.
Nuh-uh.
Have you so quickly forgotten? You are the only one who could have possibly fit into that suit. Plus, I happen to know that this particular camera does not have a timer.
She did take the picture, but it is a setup.
In other words, it is an unassailable fact that this is a picture of Hifumi being dragged away.
Nuh-uh, it's the other way. It's Hifumi, huffing it, trying to move him.
If everything I told you was a lie, how can this picture exist?
Simple. Are we sure that's really a picture of the suspect dragging Hifumi away?
Or is it Hifumi just, trying to drag? Yeah.
What could you possibly mean by that?
Surely there are other explanations than the one you've offered up.
No, there is no other explanation.
How do I prove that, though? Other explanations. If it wasn't a picture of the suspect dragging Hifumi away, the only other possibility is Hifumi is dragging the suspect away. Hifumi and the suspect have been drinking. Hifumi and the suspect are dancing. Well, no, it's the first one.
I got it! It's not a picture of the suspect dragging Hifumi away. I would say it's a picture of Hifumi dragging the suspect away.
Yeah.
That's certainly within the realm of possibility.
They're dancing. That's the truth.
The one being dragged off in that picture isn't Hifumi, but the person in the robot suit. We've simply been led to believe that it's the other way around. And the strange costume might only exist to lead us astray even farther. If you saw someone wearing something like that in this situation, of course you'd notice and be suspicious.
Now, what do you mean? I wear that every Tuesday.
That's what happened! You put me to sleep and made me out to be the bad guy in all this!
Yeah!
Such a thing is utterly impossible.
Nuh-uh.
Hifumi was dragging him away? Ridiculous.
He's a strong guy.
Is it? I don't think it's ridiculous at all.
Then shut your mouth and allow me to educate you.
I gotta get to work. When is this ending? So I think she can prove that there's no way Hifumi was dragging the suspect away. But is that really possible? Oh my sweet Jesus, let me save!
You dressed me up in that suit after I passed out!
Okay.
Then you just draped me across Hifumi and had him carry my weight! You tried to make me look like the bad guy!
Like I said, ridiculous. As you can see in the picture, the suspect is standing perfectly upright. If the person inside the suit was unconscious, there's no way they could stand up straight like that.
Yes, I know.
Then the fortune-telling idiot is the culprit after all.
I know it.
No way!
All right, I can do it. I can do it. I know it. Robo Justice
You dressed
costume.
me up in that, then you just draped me. You tried to make me look.
Like I said, as you can see in the picture.
The suspect is standing if the
Person inside the suit was unconscious.
Shit. That was the next one. My bad.
Shoot!
Okay. All right. All right. All right. All right. All right.
You dressed me up in that, then you just draped me. You tried to make me look.
Like I said, as you can see in the picture, if the person
There's no way
they could stand up straight.
Yeah.
No, that's wrong.
Because you can't even bend over.
No. Even if the person inside the suit were unconscious, they could still stand up like that.
Yeah, because the suit would just keep them upright.
Because that Robo Justice suit had a certain characteristic.
Totally can't bend at the waist.
That's right! They totally made a mistake when they made it, so it couldn't bend at the waist.
I can save now. All right, 1 minute. Shit, what was the save button again? Oh, I can. Well, all right then. I am so sorry for leaving you all on one hell of a cliffhanger. But thank you all for being here. It's been hella fun, hella awesome. I appreciate you. And I will see you all in the next. Bye-bye. Later, skaters. Yeah. Da-da-do. Boom-ba-da-boom.